record and engineer all my own music. That's like what I do as an artist. Sounds like Mario-ish, almost. Like you just beat the game and like showing you coming to Princess right now and like hugging her. You made it to Cloud Castle. I don't know.
Wes, how long you been producing?
I mean, really, like, buying my first machine and said, alright, I'm making beats is like what I'm fucking gonna try to do. 19. But me and my brother, he's the one who got me into producing and rapping and everything low key. He was the first one who started doing everything, and I was like, whoa, that's super sweet that like we can do that. This is the first joint when we were like 13 and 14 years old, bro.
Then I went to college.
This SP202. Had a little turntable. Didn't know at all what we were doing. Didn't even know if like white people were allowed to rap back then or not. We're like in the suburbs, like in the basement, like, are we allowed to be doing this right now? Like, I have no idea. Before like Eminem was out and shit. And then I don't know, we just kept going and going and growing with it.
Yeah, it started just writing poetry and stuff like that.
That's really interesting too, because like I think outside of the fact that you a producer and you producing shit, it's really cool that like you are a teacher.
I have a teaching degree. I got into teaching because I felt I had a thing inside me where I wanted to like bring the best and good out of people, and I felt like I just like could do that and took passion in it. And then when I got into teaching and school, I realized teaching is like not really that, man. It's like trying to control 30 kids in a room who don't want to be there, don't want to do the work. No, they're getting fed bullshit. I know I'm feeding them bullshit. The faculty don't give a fuck, the parents give a fuck, other teachers don't give a fuck. And it was just like not why I had gotten into teaching. So I just said, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore, and I stopped, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I always had music, so I was like, focus on music. Music I always liked. I started off listening to early 90s alternative music was my shit, and I grew up in the suburbs in Hamburg. A young kid in there, like hip hop had not hit the suburbs the way it's hit it now. Like hip hop culture was not in suburbia like it is now. So when I finally got like my hands on like my first rap CDs from my older brother giving you a CD. Like the first thing I liked about it is being a little kid was because they were saying fuck and shit every other word, and you're a little kid and you're like, oh, they're swearing, and you're just like, but then like I just kept getting into it, and like I don't know why I liked it, but I would memorize like all the verses to every CD I had. We'd have competitions with me and my brother, like who can recite the whole song without fucking up and count the fuck ups on the fucking song. And this was back before like Eminem was out, so we're just some white kids rapping and didn't know like if white kids could be rapping in the fucking suburbs with us. Because we didn't have nobody to model ourselves after, because we weren't living like the people in the music were living. So. But then Eminem came out and rapped about regular shit, and that's what made me get more like, okay, comfortable doing it and like didn't have to be scared of shit. I remember being on vacation when I was like 17, and I was just in the street listening to headphones, and at the time I was really into this artist Grouch from Living Legends, and it was like an epiphany moment where I'm like, I could fucking do this. I have to fucking do this, or else I'm gonna be an old man on my deathbed like looking back at life like, why didn't you fucking do this if you knew you had it in you to do it? And I don't know why I'm doing it or who I'm doing it for, other than really myself. That's how it all started, and then finally getting with like the right people just in life in general is just, I think music right now is working more as like a tool for me to meet people and be in the right places, and the right things are happening to me in life, and that's like what I'm using it for. And when the music goes from there, it's like all the bonus extra shit.